Hey heroes! Welcome back to Curtis's Corner, where we dive deep into the Marvel cinematic mess and try to make sense of it, one emotionally damaged superhuman at a time. Before we jump in, do your due diligence as honorary Avengers. Like this video, subscribe, ring that notification bell like Thor's summoning Mjolnir, and of course, head over to my Patreon where you can get early access, bonus content, and help fund this chaotic, multiversal commentary. Think of it like funding your own secret super team, minus the shady government contracts. Also, quick detour from Marvel Mayhem. If you have not watched my interview with my good friend Max Parker yet, please pause your scroll and go fix that. Max made his feature film debut in Juliet and Romeo, a musical drama twist on the Shakespearean tale, and let me tell you, the man slayed, and no, not in the tragic way that Juliet does. He's hilarious, talented, charming, and somehow manages to keep up with me, which is saying a lot. The interview is packed with fun, games, and behind-the-scenes tea, so if you want to support rising talent and see me roast someone who actually deserved it, check that out after this review and show Max some love. Alright, let's talk about Thunderbolts, or as I like to call it, therapy sessions, the motion picture. Now, before we dive deeper than Doctor Strange in the Dark Dimension, yes, I know, Thunderbolts came out a week ago. I'm not exactly moving at Quicksilver speed over here, alright, but in true MCU fashion, sometimes things get delayed. Looking directly at you, Blade. That being said, whether you saw it opening night, the Monday after, or you're just here for the chaos, welcome! This corner of the multiverse is always open, even if it is fashionably late. So I'm still posting my review and still sharing my thoughts and still wielding my opinion like Mjolnir. If you're worthy, you'll vibe with it. If not, well, you can always blame the TVA for the upload delay. And leading this emotional support squad is none other than our girl, Yelena. Florence Pugh doesn't just carry this movie. She power walks through it with sass, sorrow, and unmatched charisma. Yelena is front and center, and it is about damn time. The film cracks open her past like a Hydra file, exposing guilt, trauma, and a vulnerability she usually hides under sarcasm and snacks. We get action, we get angsty side eyes, we get dry humor sharper than Clint's arrows, all from one character. Florence gives us range. She's serving grieving assassin meets protective older sister. Realness, and honestly, I was living for it. But where Yelena grounds the film in grief and growth, her not-so-dear old dad brings, well, let's call it chaotic energy. Red Guardian is back, bruised, blustering, and still milking those glory days like he fought Thanos personally. David Harbour has his moments. Some jokes land like a widow sting, others miss harder than Hawkeye at a rave. But under the goofy bravado, there is real heart. By Act 2, we see a softer, more self-aware side of him, and honestly, it was kind of refreshing. I just wish Marvel gave him more to chew on. There is potential for him to be more than just comic relief with a Soviet twist, but he's left hovering somewhere between punchline and pathos. Speaking of underutilized charm and hidden depth, let's talk about someone who's had more glow-ups than an Iron Man suit, Bucky Barnes. Sebastian Stan steps back into Bucky's boots like he never left Wakanda. The Winter Soldier is older, wearier, and honestly, hotter, but also more emotionally evolved. His action scenes are clean, calculated, and grounded. But what really works here is the subtle character growth. He's not just throwing punches anymore, he's trying to rebuild. What doesn't work? The blink and you'll miss it explanation for his whole "suddenly I'm doing press conferences in Congress" subplot. Like, sir, when did you become Captain America's PR rep? It's one of those MCU timeline mysteries that gets about as much screen time as Darcy these days. Still though, Bucky does bring the vibe. And so does someone I never thought I'd care about again. John Walker, aka US Agent, is back, and somehow not unbearable. Wyatt Russell gets a surprising amount of nuance this time around. He's not just Steve Rogers, but problematic. There's guilt, there's growth, and there's a glimmer of actual depth. The film lets him wrestle with what he's done, and more importantly, why he's still trying to do good. Look, he's still rough around the edges, but this time, he's not just throwing the shield. He's trying to earn it. a step up from his Disney Plus debut, where he was basically Captain America if the serum came with a subscription to Reddit. Now, speaking of underrated returns, someone else finally phased back in. Ghost. Hannah John Kamen's Ghost reappears, and honestly, it's a solid fit. She pairs well with the team, her dry delivery adds flavor to the group banter, and her powers still look slick. But the problem? She's half a character. Most of her backstory still relies on Ant-Man and the Wasp, and here, she's mostly just there, floating in and out of scenes with minimal focus. Her suit does look more ghostly now, which I appreciated, but Marvel, if you're going to keep putting her in the ensemble, give her an actual arc, not just spooky vibes and cryptic stares. But if we're talking underdeveloped characters, you know what's coming next. Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster, again. And again, Marvel says, what if we took a character with incredible potential and did absolutely nothing with her? Basically no lines, no growth, zero purpose. At this point, calling it a missed opportunity is generous. It's more like Marvel forgot she existed until 2 weeks before the final edit and just dropped her in. I don't even have a pun for this, just a sigh and a faint sound of wasted potential echoing across the multiverse. But let's pivot from wasted to wicked, because one woman is still out here scheming her way through the MCU. Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. The woman is serving Nick Fury meets Miranda Priestley, and I love it. She doesn't need flashy powers or gadgets. She has manipulation, dry wit, and cheekbones sharp enough to cut through plot armor. And finally, we get a hint of her backstory. It's not much, but it definitely adds intrigue to an already deliciously mysterious character. My only complaint, the purple streak is gone. Rude. How am I supposed to know she's fabulous and dangerous without it? Now, while she plays her games in the shadows, another newcomer is battling himself in broad daylight. Lewis Pullman as Sentry is doing the absolute most and nailing it. He gives us 3 characters in one. You get Bob, soft-spoken, wide-eyed, trying to stay grounded. Then you get Sentry, calculated, controlled, and giving if Vision had a god complex. And finally you have Void, cold, unhinged, delivering dialogue like he's one sarcastic breath away from vaporizing a city. This is the kind of weird, layered character the MCU needs. His arc doesn't feel like the usual reluctant hero trope. It's messy, volatile, and at times genuinely disturbing. And yet, you get him. You understand why he is the way he is. For once, trauma isn't just a backstory, it is the story. Which leads us to the big picture. The plot is tighter than I expected. It's not all sky beams and snark. There's a real emotional weight here. The team dynamic is messy in a believable way. Miscommunication, mistrust, differing motives. It feels like a team forged out of necessity, not destiny. Some scenes could have been trimmed, sure, and a couple Disney Plus-esque detours slow the pacing, but when the third act hits, it hits hard. It's emotional, it's human, and I teared up. Don't at me. Now visually, it's a win. CGI mostly behaves. Fight scenes are dynamic but readable, and the tone feels grounded without losing that Marvel flair. Mid-credit scene, bit of a throwaway, moment, but nothing more. But the post-credit scene, oh, it is juicy. It sets up something big, soon, and left me like a psycho trying to find Mephisto clues. It's good, and it's not just set up for setup's sake. It matters. With all of that being said, I'm giving Thunderbolts an A. It's not perfect, but it is powerful. And it proves that broken heroes still make the best stories. Yelena owns this movie. Bucky and Walker show real growth. Red Guardian's mostly fine. Ghost and Taskmaster, barely breathing. Valentina and Sentry, fully thriving. It's bold, emotional, and messy in a way that works. It doesn't play by the old Avengers rulebook, and that is exactly why it succeeds. So, did Thunderbolts electrify you? Or were you left wishing for more spark? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Be nice, this is an X. And Twitter. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell like it's warning you of an incursion. And head over to my Patreon to support this channel and keep this multiverse of madness spinning. Until next time, stay sharp, stay shady, and remember, if someone named Valentina offers you a job, run. Goodbye, friendships.